Alrighty, we are here at... It's not real. It's not real.
Oh, okay, thank goodness.
We are here at Propstore with Brandon Allinger for their big LA auction, August 15th through 18th. Day one live at the Peterson Museum, followed up by 3 more days of online and phone bidding. Go to propstore.com to figure it all out. Stuff dreams are made of are here with some shining props, which pretty wonderful. We'll start with this this lovely light axe. This is kind of cool.
You could carry that around and...
I could run through a hedge maze. Yeah.
Could you? You could do like 137 takes with that
Yeah,
thing.
I could easily. I'd do another maybe extra 50. This is wonderful. So sort of 2 things about it, or 3 things about it. Number 1, it ain't wood. But it is a beautiful wood-like, but super light. What would you call this?
Like I think it's cast foam.
Like a cast foam, yeah.
It's
really
slightly soft, but not spongy.
Yeah. But it's not. Yes, it's not foam.
Yeah.
The way foam, the way you think of it.
And not a stunt in the sense of that he was looking to hit people with it. A stunt in the sense, I think, that it was light, that you could run and do all those
It's
takes.
easy to
yeah,
deal with
exactly.
all day. Yeah.
Now, in the catalog, and it confused me. I don't mean this in a bad way. I just didn't understand it fully, but I think I understand it now. Basically, and we're going to bring you guys in here, this is what, when you guys got this is what the axe head looked like, which is basically probably a piece of foam,
Like
right?
with chrome tape.
With chrome
around the
tape,
edges.
so that it would look basically metallic. And then in the movie, they had basically these 3 pieces of, what is it, aluminum or something?
Plates.
Basically,
Yeah.
aluminum plates put on. So the 3 pieces, this top row, and then the 2 sides, are replicas.
That's
you
right,
basically
yeah.
made them off of another stunt-like
Known
axe,
lightweight,
known
yeah.
axe that you were able
Yeah.
to see. But you still have access on the bottom and here to the original chrome tape, and you can kind of see what it is, what it was. And I think that's pretty lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's interesting that you say the catalog was confusing. We actually put in the title with restored axe head because we wanted to
That's
be very
the problem,
upfront
right?
about that.
But it made me think the whole head was restored.
Yeah,
yes,
no, I get
I'm
it.
sorry.
It's
yeah.
a lot to convey
it's
in
like
a short amount of space.
Grammar thing. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
yeah.
had we just said lightweight stunt axe, I feel like
Yeah.
that's a big piece to leave out.
No,
of
and you
it,
obviously
so.
want to know, and I, of course,
Yeah.
appreciate now seeing it. And by the way, a great reason, if you have a question, you reach out to propstore.com, you will get an answer. Because my first question to you was, what's going on with this axe head? And now that it's been explained, I get it.
I do
And,
think if you would have
yeah.
read the description, it
I
would have
can't
helped
read.
a little bit.
I can't
There were some
read.
clues in there, second
I know.
paragraph
I just
somewhere.
look at the titles,
but,
yeah.
Or you can go to @Props Podcast and look at this very informative video and learn all
Now
about
you know.
the props.
Now
It's
you know.
easier to learn through video.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. No? Yeah. Chuck's laughing. What else do we have from this fine movie?
We have a jacket.
Tell us about it.
Scatman Crothers. This is Scatman
You tell us
Crothers'
about it.
jacket.
I'll hold the axe.
This is Scatman Crothers' jacket.
The axe goes in it.
Murdered
with
by
it.
this
Yeah.
very axe. Yes, this is the unaxed jacket of Scatman Crothers, who is Danny's sort of protector, young Danny's protector, who comes back to the Overlook Hotel to heroically save Daniel and to meet his untimely demise. And this is actually, we think this is off the shelf jacket, but it is
Yes.
screen matched to the film.
And it has
had
good
a-
history also.
It had a label from like what looks like probably
Yeah,
a
ski wear
a
manufacturer
store
or
in
something.
wherever.
Yeah.
Which is worth showing. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it says Sweden in there. So it's some company in Sweden. Little manufacturer's tag right in there. So it is an off-the-rack garment, but this one has good history. It came directly from a guy who I believe his name was Nick Fruin, who worked as an assistant to Kubrick, and it has a handwritten letter of authenticity from him and from his estate. And then when we studied it, we were actually able to screen match it. So there's some shots
nice.
where he's driving. I think it's the Snowcat, and you get some close-ups on the side of his head in profile, and you can match some of the folds in the
Is
fabric.
it folds and stitching,
Yeah,
basically, the
yeah,
usual?
yeah,
That's especially jackets and clothing, folds and stitching. Sometimes stitching around a button is a
Yeah.
very useful thing, but you get that screen match on the 4K, which is really nice.
And we
yeah.
did have one other example of this years ago, something like 15 years ago. Another one went through Propstore, which was actually the one that gets the axe cut in it. It had the slice, and somebody had stitched that slice back up to wear it as a winter garment later, which is
Right, and you've
something
had
that happens
and you've had
sometimes.
hero axes as
Yes.
well. So, for whatever reason, on The Shining, maybe a little more than certain other Kubrick movies. For whatever reason,
stuff exists.
yeah,
you mean.
yeah,
Yes,
yes,
yeah.
exactly. As opposed to,
Yeah.
let's say 2001 and whatnot, where it's sort of like every.
But probably
every
because it's
scrap.
stuff that people
But
would
it-
keep to use.
Yes.
But
Exactly,
actually, it
yeah.
is his most sort of normal world movie,
Right.
if you really think about
Yes.
it. I mean, I guess other than Full
Regular
Metal.
clothes,
Yeah,
so to
right,
speak.
right.
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really dig it. It's a great movie. I have to say, I mean, with no, I guess I can't even think about a jacket right now. It's so hot in here. But the axe,
We're in the AC now.
The AC is like 200 degrees. The temperature just keeps rising. I do love the axe. I've gone back and forth in my brain a couple of times when you've had hero axes, like I have regretted not bidding, that kind of a thing. This one is really nice, and now that I understand it, I like it that much more. But it's a pretty cool piece.
You must have watched an informative video on our YouTube channel.
Yes,
Dave,
at Stuff Dreams Are Made Of YouTube channel. Subscribe now.
at Props Podcast.
Episode 1 of this podcast should have been called "Read the Descriptions."
Do your research.
How to get started.
Do your
Do a
research.
lot of research.
Parentheses.
Just read the
Read
descriptions.
Okay.
It's in there, but it's very.
It's there.
I'm a collector who works on
Words.
instincts. I like
Yeah.
to make a lot of
Okay.
assumptions.
Yeah.
I like titles.
It's there in the title. Restored accent.
Restored accent because there's no accent. They had to restore it back. It came with no head. They put one on. They restored it.
Resurfaced accent.
Yeah,
Is that
there you
better?
go. I kind of
Okay.
like that.
Resurfaced.
Retiled.
Yeah.
All right.
But then I think that it's been lost and it's resurfaced.
Okay, what about axe head with new aluminum siding?
It'll fit. Yeah, we'll fit that in there.
And cut.